It's because these women know that they would get no attention in a sea of other women exposing themselves.
Quartering? Say it ain't so. So you did the very thing. You had one of these women on your show, you promoted her, and then you promoted a link to her. All right, let's talk about boobies. The booba. And I know just the person to give us a nuanced take on this topic.
We all know that there's no shortage of like weirdos, predatory individuals on the internet. Okay. And normally,
Are you speaking from experience? I think you're kind of describing your, okay. Anyways, well, yeah.
of well, epic proportions. And this story is about a new meta. What is a meta? Well, essentially it just is a trend. A meta in Twitch has been, you know, last year it was like the hot tub streams. And when people talk about the Twitch meta, maybe it's IRL streaming, maybe it's you know, eating fast food, or maybe it's like the cinnamon challenge, or maybe it's the you know, whatever, you know.
Gambling would be a big one. Gambling, you know, a lot of the people who are totally fine with doing gambling, crypto gambling schemes to be able to get kids to get addicted to crypto gambling, having promo codes, stuff like that, just hours and hours and hours, making, you know, millions of dollars in the process. Yeah, that was really, really bad. It was something that Twitch took way too long to crack down on, but it was certainly a big thing.
Playing Among Us, whatever's popular turns into a meta, turns into a trend. Well, one particular meta on the platform is Predatory, in my opinion, and I want to share with why it's hilarious and pathetic, but it's also more sinister, and I hope that you'll hear me out on it, because, you know, I don't see a lot of people sharing this part of it. Most people just look at, oh, look at these girls with their hanging their bobs out to get viewers, ha ha ha, slut, you know.
He says bobs because he thinks saying boobies will get him in trouble with the algorithm and the demonetization. Not all of the hate speech that he does on a regular basis. That apparently is totally fine. Totally fine to say like, oh wow, Disney has representation of a non-binary character. That's because trans people are trying to indoctrinate your kids because they want to groom and abuse them. That's fine. But saying boobies, apparently, they got to be called bobs.
Or something like that you'll hear. But I think it's far more sinister, you know, than people understand. It's extremely predatory. I think it's gross. It's very borderline P word.
Okay, so speaking of P-word, he would know a lot about this. Actually, he used to have a tech channel, and in that tech channel, he gave a PSA, a public service announcement, where he said, hey, by the way, I'm in IT, I work at Best Buy, just so you know, we look at your hard drives. Everyone does it. We all look at what's inside your hard drives. We try to find stuff that we can take. So that happens. And so what happened recently is someone came in and they had child porn, and we had to alert the cops. So I just want to let you know that if you do have, you know, things that you think are going to get you in trouble, make sure you delete them before you come in to Best Buy. That's the ad by the Quartering. And when I exposed him for that, he deleted the entire channel. Not just the video, the entire channel. Like the next day, it was gone off the internet. So that video is not there anymore. You can still see clips of it that I've uploaded because he doesn't want anyone to see them. But yeah.
I think. So there's a new meta on Twitch, which is essentially women not wearing their tops and cutting off the camera just above the areola is essentially what it is.
Oh my God.
Some of them even pathetically greasing their chest up to make it reflective. Okay?
What?
You see this, you know, pictures. I'm not even going to show the picture because, oh, okay, this one's okay. When they're live, it goes much lower than this.
Oh God.
Okay. You see, Twitch is one of the net's top broadcasting platforms, filled with a wide array of live content that is just for everyone to enjoy. About everyone. However, some streamers have discovered certain strategies for optimizing their channels. Something called a meta. For example, Twitch became the subject of scrutiny in 2021 for the hot tub meta. The ASMR meta took over the site. Now, in both of these particular examples, it was scantily clad women targeting 12-year-old boys. Okay,
Sorry, where's the evidence for that second part? That's one lofty claim. You know, to be like, all right, so I'm going to start up my stream, going to take off my clothing, going to grease myself up to perfection, get ready here, and now I'm going to appeal directly to a demographic of exclusively 12-year-old boys, underage boys. Yes. And he's changed his tune, by the way. He's one of the people who used to say that it's like, I don't even know if I can really consider it pedophilia if, like, you know, some really hot woman is sleeping with, like, you know, a young teenage kid. I mean, at the end of the day, is she hot? You know, that was the shit that he used to say. So fucked up, by the way, that even his own contemporaries, like Baring and the other right, were like, no, dude, that's still pedophiles. You're still describing you're talking about pedophiles. That's pedophiles doing pedophile shit. It doesn't matter if she's attractive. It's still a pedophile abusing a child.
The gross part about it, and I want to talk about that. So now there's this thing called the topless meta. You have this clip from.
Oh yeah, that's right. You do need to be 13. He's already wrong, right? Minimum age to join Twitch. The Twitch services are not available to persons under the age of 13, according to the Twitch terms of service. I'm sorry, you have just been debunked. You cannot exclusively appeal to 12-year-old boys on the Twitch platform. You could say that she was exclusively appealing to 13-year-old boys, but you were off by 1 year for your conspiracy to work.
December 8th from a streamer and a model, not even going to give them any clout, showing the creator seemingly standing fully, you know, unclothed in front of the camera. However, the
Lance, I'd watch you more if you were showing your boobies. Yeah, I know, but they're nothing impressive, okay? I can't compete with the likes of Morgpie.
camera cut off just
And that's the problem. That's why this is an issue. That's why I hate it, okay? I spend all day making content for you all. I talk about politics. I show you news. I talk about real world things. I try to get you involved in direct action and changing the world for the better. But then someone can just show their titties, their glorious, beautiful titties, and they're better titties than I'll ever have. And I can't make the same monies. I can't sit there hoping that all the donos are just going to get flood in, okay? Makes me mad because they're targeting kids, apparently.
above any sensitive bits, but many viewers feel they're going too far. So here's the
Well, yeah, why don't we watch the clip? Even though, yes, I know Morgpie has subsequently been banned, but this is another streamer who hasn't been banned by criticizing it. So ShoeOnHead comes and, quote, why doesn't Twitch just make a new 18+ site? They do this on Twitch because the market is already saturated on actual porn cam sites. They won't stand out. They can find a larger and younger audience on Twitch. What I'm trying to say is these whores should be banned. Well, Shoe, you'll be happy to know that you got your request. Viral topless streamer Morgpie has been banned from Twitch. For how long, I'm not sure. But that got 23,000 likes. People are really mad. A lot of people. I'm assuming a lot of dudes. Really mad about this. How dare you? How dare you come onto this platform for children where we spend all day vilifying trans people for money, where we talk about how trans people, gay people, LGBTQ plus people are all pedophiles and groomers all day, and we make jokes about them, and we also make fun of gay people and mock them and say they eat poo and stuff. I mean, that's all fine, part and parcel. You want to drop the R slur a million times on Twitch? Go to town. That's not, you know, infecting children or going after 12-year-olds or anything like that. No. That's just Twitch. That's just the FaZe clan being the FaZe clan. Look at them be all like funny and FaZe clan-y. That stuff's all really, really tolerated. But no, you are not even allowed to show parts of your breasts anymore. That is too much. And let us see the inciting violence that was created by this moment, all right? Let us learn.
I feel
What is this meta?
and also like anxious today. You know what I mean? Titan, thank you for the tier 3. Thank
I got bad news, everyone. I got bad news. Every beach in America, every single one, without fail, is pedophilic child abuse. Every person who's ever gone to the beach and worn a bikini that can be in the sight of a child, if a child can see a bikini as a woman walks and her boobs jiggle, you have then become an inciting pedophile groomer, trying to titilize and tantalize those around you. Every beach, everyone without fail. Yes, you will see the same thing, but oh no. That public display, it's not demanding money from you. You are not supposed to pay for the service. So therefore, even though you can still see the service entirely for free, as you just did right now, you got the experience for free right now, but it's the same. One and the same.
Thank you. I just want to relax today, so I don't really have any, like, sub goals or anything like that. I feel.
So this has been a long time thing I've seen. As long as I've been streaming on Twitch, there's been a lot of usually male, but in this case, ShoeOnHead is you know, helping out. A lot of male anger and rage directed towards women who apparently have no discernible talent outside of their boobies. And because of that, you know, they get successful on the Twitch platform. It used to be, and the argument used to be made by people like Trainwrecks and the rest of the whole, like, you know, misogyny fucking power hour that is on Twitch, that these women were booby streamers. Cleavage streamers, right? That used to be what people were really mad at. It's like, oh yeah, but they don't actually offer anything or contribute anything. They just sit there with their boobs, and that's why they get all their viewers. And it sucks for dudes who have to work so much harder at the game. You know, guys have to work so much harder when, like, any woman can basically just, like, if she has breasts, or even if she doesn't, she can use a push-up bra and then show her tits off, and then, like, guys are just gonna come in there and, like, you know, be like, oh, boobs, and then they won't be able to resist because no guy can resist boobs. And then obviously they spend their money and they lose all their money, and then they, you know, become all these sad soy cucks who are just so desperate for attention. And it's just like, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's ruining the fabric of society. It is. And that's evolved. It's gone through a lot of different versions. There was, of course, the hot tub metas that were going on for a while, when the ability to say, by the way, this doesn't fully apply to men. If you're a guy or if you're male presenting on Twitch, you're actually allowed to show nipples. You could do this whole thing from your stomach on up. You could stand there on a treadmill, just walking the whole time, and then getting a dono, and then flex, and then there wouldn't be outrage. There wouldn't be a whole bunch of guys going, "Oh, what, bro? You see that shit? You fucking see that shit? You see that dude's pecs? Holy shit, he is swole as fuck. Oh man." He is applying grease. He's putting grease on his fucking chest. Look at that, bro. Holy fuck, bro. Holy fuck, bro. He's glistening. You see that shit? He's glistening, bro. Holy fuck. I think I can make out some bulge. Yep. No, it's you could definitely see some bulge. Yep. No, he's swelling a little bit down there too. Holy fuck, bro. Where's the rules? Huh? Are you gonna shut the shit down? What's going on? It's exclusively to women or female presenting people who all of a sudden are seen as, hey, by the way, here's how society works, baby. Part of your value is going to be based on your looks. So you better look good. You better not be tired. You better smile a lot. You better wear makeup. You better get out there and you better do your shit. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, so someone is profiting off people finding them attractive. People find this woman attractive, they enjoy her boobas, and they want to see her display her boobas as to the acceptable borders on Twitch, and then after that, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing that people are making money off of it, essentially. That's usually what it comes down to. But this has evolved because it does seem a little bit sexist-y to just be like, so if a woman has cleavage, she doesn't have any discernible talent outside of her breasts. I guess that is sexist. Yeah, that's kind of just reducing women to being sex objects. Okay, fine. It's not about that. It's about children getting exposed to this in ways they wouldn't be able to before, and that's what's happening here. This is 100% about protecting them kids. Let's revert to that. Safe, good play. Let's get on that board. And this is obviously, this woman was directly targeting 12-year-olds. Well, 12-year-olds aren't allowed on the platform. Okay, not 12-year-olds. 13-year-olds. She was directly targeting 13-year-olds exclusively. 13-year-olds famously who have lots of access to credit cards and money and would have the ability to pay for this. Also exclusively. Now, should you, if you're doing adult content and intentional adult content, especially sexualized adult content, have filters on your channel? Yes. I'm not against that. I have one because I talk about adult content. That's why I put it on. I know it will fucking, you know, not get me in the algorithm. I'm not promoted on Twitch. People don't get notifications when my channel comes on. I think that has a lot more to do with a lot of the shit I say, criticizing, you know, non-unionized workforces and stuff like that. But notwithstanding, I get it. Yeah, it sucks. There's a reason a lot of huge streamers who definitely do a lot of adult content, and I'm talking about male political streamers, don't age restrict their content because it doesn't get you as many views or clicks. So I see that, but I do it anyway because I'm trying to be on the right side of history, and I don't want kids watching my show as I talk about dicks and cocks and boobs and all that kind of stuff. This is a show for adults. So on Twitch, when you watch my streams, you'll see that there's an adult content thing on the channel. When you play the clips of the channel as well. Fine. If you're going to be doing intentionally sexualized material in which you are in a hot tub and you're doing ASMR and you're talking about how much you want to, like, you know, get get sucked or whatever it is, then yeah, you're doing an 18 plus stream that should be for adults. You should put on adult content filters. We're not talking about banning all porn, are we? We're not talking about banning all sexual material available to adults, because guess what? Kids can get through and break through the very, very tough porn, age qualifiers on each of their websites. When you go to one of the websites, I'm not going to name them, you all know where to find porn on the internet. You're most likely, if you're accessing the site for the first time, going to be asked, are you over 18? Yes or no? And I don't know how that code gets broken so much, but apparently it does sometimes. Is that suddenly going to be grounds for us to say we should be taking down all porn sites? Yes. No. We should just because people, if kids have figured it out, if they've done the Da Vinci Code of cock, then there's absolutely no way that we could possibly ever prevent this from happening. We have to eliminate all porn. Adults should not be allowed to have adult things. I see the same shit for fucking Grand Theft Auto, right? It's like, yeah, there's tits in Grand Theft Auto. Apparently there's going to be sex scenes. Yeah. Did you know there's sex in Cyberpunk 2077? I was like, this is entertainment for adults. This is adult entertainment. So yes, it should have adult things if adults want to see that or pay for it. That's about as far as we should go here. Is this being intentionally created or crafted to pervert youth? Is that the object behind it? Like, do you think that every single woman who does streams like this, who already gets clearly all of the misogyny of the internet focused, hyper-focused on you for having the audacity to walk topless, even though you're not showing even your areolas, to walk topless with your boobs out on the stream, to have the audacity to do that? In addition to that, I'm doing this because I specifically want to target young people who hopefully will be able to get their parents' credit cards through one way or another, access Twitch, then get into Twitch, and then join the whole thing, like there's never really onus on, hey, should we have a conversation about why we hypersexualize women and why their value in society is kind of usually based on how attractive they are, and that even if someone happens to be attractive but also very talented, Amaranth, like there's a streamer who is like always called a booby streamer, and who oftentimes, whenever you see like highlights or compilation clips, is absolutely fucking hilarious, and in her streams is just ripping into her chats and stuff like every other streamer does. And yeah, it takes a lot of fucking time to hit the gym all the time and get toned and sculpted in the way that people are going to want to find you consistently attractive on the internet. But like, why is it exclusively women? Always. The dudes have workout streams. There's tons of gym streams. Tons of buff dudes just fucking getting jacked, pumping weights. You don't see people being like, oh, well, this is sexualizing kids. Why? Well, I mean, dude's really hot. Okay. But he's working out. He's flexing. He's all sweaty. There's like sweat just glistening off of him, pouring down his bare chest right now. That's sex. Well, I don't know if he's doing it for sexual purposes. I think he's trying to work out, and then he's probably doing something where he's like, hey, I'm fit, I want y'all to be fit, why don't you watch my streams, get inspired by me, and then you can work out at home. Are there people who are going to get past or bypass whatever security is in place to look at that, and are they going to suddenly be potentially aroused by it? Yeah, that can happen. That is a risk of having stuff available publicly on the internet as a general rule. But why are we always targeting women every time? It doesn't matter when or who it changes a little bit, it gets a little bit more sophisticated. We've now got the Quartering specifically talking about how this is about protecting kids, 12-year-olds, even though they're not allowed on Twitch, but they'll find a way.
Now I want to tell you why this meta is gross, predatory, and sick. Okay. Some people might say, yes, of course, not everybody is 12 years old on Twitch. I understand it. Sometimes I watch Twitch, right?
What else do you watch? Sometimes, when the basement's filled with piss, take a little time to enjoy. Who doesn't enjoy a little bit, Piss Basement 69 donates $27.
There's two avenues here that I want to share with you. And by the way, if you agree or you disagree, don't forget that Christmas is right around the
fucking shameless.
Why doesn't Twitch just have a section for this, right? Where you can have an age verification, this, that, and that, right? It's because these women know that they would get no attention in a sea of other women exposing themselves.
So after the hot tub meta and all the misogynists of the internet made them targets #1 and then went after all of them, I did notice a lot of those same streamers, especially the big ones, Amaranth is one of them, started putting, child filters or 18 plus content as filters on that. That didn't really change her views. She was still getting thousands and thousands of people watching the booby streams or the hot tub streams or the hot tub meta streams. It certainly didn't really pacify a lot of the angry fucking bros on the internet who were like, oh, what the fuck though? Look, bikini in a hot tub. Fucking hell.
Right? That is the harsh reality. That is the truth, and that is what makes this predatory. If these women were just out there saying, "Oh, I want to be a normal, I want to be a, I want to sell my body on the internet just like everyone else," then they would be on those sites. They know that they're essentially surprise boobs on Twitch, a place where you're not used to seeing it, right? A place where you're not used to seeing it. Suddenly you see it, and it becomes extremely popular. That's the reason.
So, is every woman at a beach doing surprise boobs? I ask. I'm not even saying the European beaches where you actually get to see the boobs. Holy shit, the end of society as we know it. It's odd how when it's not just seen as this kind of like sacred entity that no man can ever appear on. And like, again, my dudes, I get it. I love I love boobs, okay? I love breasts. I think they're fucking amazing. I'm a huge boob fan. Big boob advocate. I love boobs. And I understand there's a fear because like, sometimes guys can be driving down the street and they see like, a woman with like giant tits and then like, and then all of a sudden they might like crash their car or something like that. Yeah, they pose a potential danger and risk to society. Do you think every single woman who's wearing cleavage or a bathing suit is looking to have every single man suddenly just try and chase them or attack them? Or do they just have these? Or do they just have these parts on their bodies that are fixed to them? And that society is constantly trying to tell them how to dress or act or what to wear. And that it's like, well, no, you can't dress like that. Come on. What are you, a whore? Are you trying to just fucking make me all horny here? Put those boobs away. It's like, okay, so I'm wearing a very tasteful sweatshirt. Oh, what the fuck? You look really tired now or something. I don't know. Why are you so boring? What, are you trying to like hide your body or something? What is this? Radical Islam? No, you gotta show some more stuff. Come on, what's going on here? It's like a never-ending. You can't win battle, and obviously, some of this has become a little bit more transparent. I'll say because a lot of these same dudes were the same ones who were just like, oh well, if you have tits, you don't have any discernible talent, and that's why they show their cleavage. Everyone's kind of at this point like that's just really fucked up and sexist to say. Like a woman can have cleavage. Someone can also be hot. Hassan is seen as a very hot man, very attractive man. He has topless shirt photos where you can see his body, most likely to entice some kind of a desire amongst people. But I don't see every single person consciously saying that Hassan is some fucking talentless harlot whore who only fucking tries to attract people and predominantly little girls to his streams because he happens to be physically attractive. Most people hate him for his takes. Most people hate him for what he says. Most people hate him, and they'll show a clip of why they hate him. They're not just going to show a picture of him looking all handsome and rugged, and then be like, yeah, look at him tempting all of us. Tempting us with these photos. So many good photos.
Because it's full of children. It's full of children who create a pipeline.
Guess what? So is YouTube. Yeah. We're talking millions, literally millions of children. Yeah, and if we're defining children as being under 18, then yes, lots and lots and lots of young people use YouTube. And they watch you, by the way, Quartering. I've never once seen a channel filter on any of the shit you do, including your thumbnails. Your thumbnails, which oftentimes are highly sexualized. They are usually highly sexualized to entice people to click on them because they see giant boobies in the thumbnail. Now, because these aren't age-restricted videos and people click on them, are you intentionally trying to sexualize kids with your channel? Is that why you do it? Because like, do we have to go too deep into this? Let's take a look at the actual thumbnail you used for this one. So this is the thumbnail. This is Rock Bottom, featuring not one, but two titty streamers. My God, what's this? This is cleavage. Cleavage right there in the thumbnail. What's this? Is this someone wearing kink? In the thumbnail, hard to tell. Hey, we have a shirtless Elon Musk. That seems a little sexualized. What's this? GTA 6? Boobies? In the thumbnail, another thumbnail with boobies right underneath. My word, what's going on? I haven't even gone a full page down yet, and we've already seen multiple infractions here. Whoa, look at this, Aquaman 2. Oh, but boobies. Oh, yep, there's some more boobas. We're seeing boobas all over the place here. I'm sorry, everyone, I've got to show you this, but otherwise you wouldn't know how far the rabbit hole goes. You wouldn't know how many, oh, more cleavage. Look at that, not even a couple thumbnails down. More boobas. Hey, Alex Jones, shirtless, even though it's an animated version, cartoons appealing to children intentionally. Shirtless Alex Jones showing chest hair, I might add. Whether or not that chest hair is accurate, we'll never know, but certainly used to sexualize. All right, let's scroll down here a little bit more. Hey, we've actually gone a little bit. Oh, what is this? Is this gagging? Is this a gag ball? Are you making a character who doesn't even gag in the show? So Disney reveals why. See, this seems like a highly BDSM style kink-esque thumbnail that you've done yourselves, because this has no basis in the film or in this individual's actual life, but you're doing that. You're choosing to do this whole, let's forcibly make it look like a gag ball in this instance. So can make another argument there. We've got highly sexualized thumbnails. I'd resist the boobies. Quartering talks like this all the time, but when he had a chance to finally confront one of these girls he had been criticizing for years, he simply simped out for 90 minutes, then put a link to her porn site in the description. What? That happened? Confronting top OnlyFans model Amarath on AI, predatory models, side hustles, and double standards, and then there were links available to her OnlyFans? What? Quartering? Say it ain't so. So you did the very thing. You had one of these women on your show, you promoted her, and then you promoted a link to her OnlyFans. So if there are any underage viewers of you, they would have seen you idolizing this figure because, yeah, boobies are awesome. And then afterwards being like, so, I guess she's okay because she came on my stream. So here's a link to her OnlyFans. Wink.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Can you please hit the like and subscribe button and maybe leave a comment? It really does help the videos out. But first, the people who produce everything you see before you and make this entire channel possible: Amazing Fletch, Anna Loves Riley, Ariane McCarthy, Cheryl Alvarez, Doug Caddy, Everything Important, Hagbard Celine, Multimondi, Omni, Peanut Butter Blondie, Political Puppy, Quiet 185, Rachel K, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Ruby K, Cernicus, Spinach Monster, Stellar Vision, Sebastian DeMel, Trevbot.exe, Words Greenwood, and Travis McClinton. And also, thank you to every other person who helps fund this show. Their names are on the screen right now. It would not be possible without every single one of them. We cannot thank you enough. And if you want to join the Patreon, please come to patreon.com/theserfs and help us exist.